Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm
They've
about.
been from Manhattan to Knoxville, Kansas City to Fayetteville, Dallas to St. Louis, Nashville to Orlando, and the place your Tigers call home, Columbia, Missouri. This is Earning Our Stripes with Brock Gordon and Ben Duncan.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Earning Our Stripes. I'm Brock Gordon.
And I'm Benjamin Duncan.
And that is my father, who you've seen in a few of our vlogs, K-State and the Ohio State ones on Ben's channel, and over on mine, some Royals, some Monarchs, and he watched Patrick Mahomes play against Kansas. That was a rough one. But he'll be here sitting in, because we're going to ask him some, and that would be the other dog. So, of course, there's Bandit, but there's also Daisy now, my parents' dog. But, Ben, how you been? It's been 2 weeks now.
It was nice to have the bye week last week, but I'm still tired.
Well, that's understandable, and you know what? It don't get any easier in this stretch now, bud.
Yeah.
Starting with this week. But before we get into, our normal breakdown for this week and everything, Ben, the Mizzou news.
Here we go. From Mizzou Hockey, Tanner Richardson won Player of the Game in Mizzou Hockey's 8-2 win over Purdue.
Always good when they
Then we have... Yes. This past Friday, Mizzou Athletics had the 2024 Hall of Fame class during the first quarter of the football game against Vanderbilt. So that was cool.
And they were, if you remember.
The tweet's not saying.
Yeah, I didn't think you remembered or not. So.
Krishna Lee, don't know that lady. Yeah, there's a football player in there. I think Tucker, something Tucker.
Marcus Rucker.
Right? Rucker, thank you. But yeah, they had that. Mizzou volleyball beat Illinois to secure bragging rights, 3-2.
Always good. Always good. Make sure those little plebeians across the state line, they're in Champaign, know their place.
We have a tweet from Chase Daniel about the Vanderbilt game. He said, "I remember when we'd lose games like this, survive the day and move on. Lots to learn from this game. We still pulled it together and got a character win. This is a good thing for us. Sometimes you have days like this, coaching staff is going to get to coach."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the top comment on that was, also Vanderbilt is a solid team, so I want to give them credit. Which is very true.
Yes, as evidenced by the next game they played.
Yes.
Listen, they only have one loss right now, or two losses right now, and it's to Mizzou and also Georgia State for some reason. So, but,
let's see. Then you had sent me one where it says stood for 9 years, but we have a new most miserable win in Mizzou history, and it's Mizzou beating UConn 9-6.
Yes. He remembers that because we went to that game. That was a while ago. It was a while ago. That was 2015.
Dang. That's crazy.
Do you remember who we took to that game with us? Skyler. Oh, man. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Skyler was with us for that one. Stop! Anyway. Continue on, Mr. Ben.
Next up, we have, which I'm super happy about. We have the kickoff time finally set for Texas A&M
It's not the only one we finally have
this
set.
Saturday. But it kicks off at 11 a.m. and it's on ABC, so we'll be able to actually watch it on normal television.
Yes, for those of you, Ben, who don't have ESPN or ESPN Plus, can watch it. Ben, do you know the last time the Tigers played on ABC? When that was?
Couldn't tell you.
The 2014 Citrus Bowl against Minnesota.
Wow, that's something.
Yeah, it is. Really is.
But that also means that with the Mizzou game being at 11, that means everyone can tune into the Royals game at 5:38 Saturday night.
Hey, Ben, what is that in military time?
That is 17:38.
If you know, you know, Royals Twitter. If you know, you know. I like how
then we have
an official anthem for the Royals this year.
Yeah. A little unexpected on my end, but Nate Noel was named SEC Co-Offensive Player of the Week for the game against Vanderbilt.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you go off rushing-wise like that, it helps.
Yeah. With 24 carries and 199 yards, averaging 8.3 yards per carry.
Yeah, very good average for Nate on that one. We're not going to talk about that game.
Yeah. Brady Cook was named a Campbell Trophy Semifinalist, which is the William V. Campbell, formerly the Vincent DePaul Dratty Trophy, is awarded by the National Football Foundation to the American college football player with the best combination of academics, community service, and on-field performance. It is considered by many to be the academic Heisman and nicknamed as such.
Yeah.
I could see that happening, yeah.
Yeah. The St. Louis boy doing that, yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Mm-hmm. We then had Mizzou Hockey played against Oklahoma State this past Friday and Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I'll see.
Do you need the score on that one?
Let's see, I might just be able to go to their page.
You should be able to.
Oh, yeah. 10-3 win and a 6-2 win.
Yes. For those keeping track at home, that means your Tigers are undefeated in hockey right now.
Okay, and it is D2 hockey.
Yeah.
ACHA D2.
But it's not an official. Yeah, not official still.
Needs to be official.
One day.
If they keep playing this well.
If they keep playing this well, there's no way that the administration's going to be able to deny them.
Yeah.
Dude. And I know there's people out there like, well, what sport would Mizzou add for women if they do? I'm like, just cut golf. Do we really need men's golf?
Well, there's occasionally a good men's golf player.
I know, but I mean, granted, I don't know what scholarships look like for men's golf. But hang on. Keep going. I'm going to look up what sports Mizzou has men's-wise that could possibly get the axe.
Mizzou men's basketball is wearing the Block M uniforms all season. Not the biggest fan. Me personally, I'm not a fan of these jerseys.
Well, that's because you have no culture. So here are the men's sports. for Mizzou.
I
Baseball.
would have preferred if they kept all of the lettering this either the same in the small font or all in the big block font.
No, there's a reason for it. It's a tradition. Anyway,
But continue.
Here's the Mizzou men's sports, Ben. Baseball, basketball, cross country, football, golf, swim and dive, track and field, and wrestling.
Wrestling is not getting removed.
Oh, there's 4 on this list for sure are off the table. And that's wrestling, baseball, basketball, and football. Mizzou's won a national championship in baseball, so that's not happening.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know how many scholarships golf has, but I would suspect golf and swim and dive would be the 2 that would be the most likely for the Axe. Maybe golf. But let me look how many. Boy, there's like nothing for them. Here we go. Roster. I can't imagine their roster's that big. No, there's not. There's what? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 golf players. I don't know if they're even scholarshiped. So.
Next, we had Mizzou volleyball sweep LSU at LSU, winning in 3 sets.
Big victory for the girls. Big victory.
We have another game time announced for the UMass game on October 12th, so next weekend, in which it is 11 a.m.
on
ESPN2.
Nationally televised game at McGurk Alumni Stadium in Amherst, Massachusetts.
Nationally?
ESPN2? That's national television.
That's not ABC, NBC, or...
No, it's still national television. If it's being shown around the nation and around the world, that is national television.
We have next, from Mizzou Athletics, Mizzou will host the 2027 D1 Wrestling Championships and 2027 D1 Men's and Women's Cross Country Regional. The NCAA announced on Wednesday.
So if you will remember, Kansas City hosted the National Championships of Wrestling last year, or this year, or last year, I can't remember which one. And it was also hosted by Mizzou. So that should just tell you how big wrestling is in the state of Missouri.
Yes, wrestling will take place at the Enterprise Center in St. Louis.
That's still
and
it's still Scott Trade.
The cross-country stuff will be in Columbia.
Obviously, because I don't know where else has that good of a cross-country facility as Mizzou does. So, also wasn't on your the list of things that I sent you, Ben. Mizzou nuclear reactor got a lot of press this week, and it was a lot of good press. So,
because we're adding more.
I wouldn't be surprised. But no, so I just wanted to bring that up again, that the nuclear reactor is awesome. And
we are the number 1 college in the nation that's producing nuclear power. And no one can pass that number because we got grandfathered in. So no one can pass. But no one can pass our number, so we'll always be number 1.
Damn right. It's just insane that Mizzou generates that much. For those of you who don't know, the Mizzou nuclear reactor generates 10 megawatts of power.
Yes.
Which is just insane. Just insane. So.
Then you had sent me the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame 2024 Columbia Enshrinement presented by Shelter Insurance.
Yes,
but
and actually the entire post is
Yeah.
there, not just...
yeah, I saw that. We have
Because there's several Mizzou people on there, so that's
Yeah.
why I just sent that. So,
We
if you
have,
would, sir.
Tim Abney, who went to Lincoln University and did basketball and athletic administration stuff. We have John Anderson for sports broadcasting
From
Mizzou.
Yeah, baby! ESPN anchor on SportsCenter for many years.
After 25 years.
He has returned home to teach the next generation of true sons and daughters in broadcast journalism.
We have Ben Askren from Mizzou. Wrestler.
Also MMA fighter. Fought Jake Paul.
Lost to Jake Paul. Steve Combs, basketball coach.
Harrisonburg.
Yes.
Harrisonburg.
Harrisburg. Then we have Chase Daniel from University of Missouri.
Yeah, baby! If you don't know who Chase Daniel is,
How are you watching this podcast?
Yeah, how did you find this?
We have Amy Mesh Frederick, Columbia College volleyball player.
And Columbia College is?
In Columbia.
Exactly.
We have Denny Hughes, baseball coach.
He went to Helias Catholic, which is in Jeff City. He also would coach at Helias Catholic. And then also...
Graduated from UCM and master's at Lincoln.
So he never really left the state of Missouri.
We have Jake Jacobson, Mizzou gymnastics coach.
20 years as a gymnastics coach. 79 to 99.
Considered the father of Missouri gymnastics. Attended Grandview College and earned bachelor's and master's degrees from Drake. Greg Logsden, sports organizer for Highland High School. Went to Culver Stockton College.
Which is...
And earned master's degree in education from University of Missouri.
He's put on a lot of events around the area. Kansas City, St. Louis, Columbia, Springfield, St. Louis, or St. Joseph, Iowa City,
Topeka, Wichita,
Fayetteville. Like, dude has done a lot of organization for sports in not just Missouri, but in the there's no Nebraska on there, but still in four states. So I can't really call it the 4-state region like I was getting ready to say.
We have Angie Risa, who went to Truman State for she did softball coaching
at North Shelby High School.
We have Steve Stonecipher Fisher, ran at University of Missouri as he was distance running.
Also at Smith Cotton High School in Sedalia.
The 1975 and 1977 Rockbridge High School football undefeated state championship teams.
Yeah, I don't got much
on
that.
As Rockbridge is one of the 3 high schools in Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the 1981 through 1986 Palmyra High School girls basketball.
They
Team reached
five
five Final Fours.
and winning the state or Class 2 state championships in 81, 84, and 86. That's a pretty good stretch there.
Yeah. Ooh, the midgets do get noticed on this right here as the
That
1988
sounds so bad out of context. Please explain.
the 1988 through 2007 Putnam County High School midgets softball team.
We're gonna get canceled.
Dominated with 12 trips to the Final Four, including state championships in 90, 98, 2003, and state runner-up finishes in 89, 92, and 94, placing third in 91, 93, 96, 97, and 94. The combined teams were 414, 82, and 1.
The 1987 and 1989 Helias Catholic High School baseball teams. Only 6 high schools in Missouri have won 3 consecutive state baseball championships. Helias was one of them, coached by aforementioned Denny Hughes. They won the titles in 87, 88, and 89. So yeah, being one of only 3 teams to do that is crazy. And then finally, Mr. Ben.
We have Tom Henke winning the President's Award. Blair Oaks High School graduate who pitched 14 seasons in the big leagues, winning a World Series with the Blue Jays.
So, just pretty good. He's also inducted into the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. Or during his career, he spent time with the Rangers, Blue Jays, and St. Louis Cardinals in his final year. So congratulations to all the, oh Lord, big old yawn. All this year's inductees into the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame. Big round of applause. Which one are you the most excited for going in, Ben?
It would have to be Chase Daniel, right?
For me, it's Ben Askren.
See, I'm not. You and Tommy are big into wrestling. I'm not as.
This is just like wrestling, not.
Yeah.
Not Tommy's wrestling, like the wrestling I did.
I didn't know that Ben Askren went to Mizzou until people called him a bag of milk and lost to Jake Paul.
Yeah, well, you know. Things happen. So. Mailbag.
Ooh. Let's see, just a second here. Someone just sent me the most obscure basketball team each Big Ten school has ever played.
Oh, boy. Oh, we should probably do that for what Mizzou was for football and basketball, shouldn't we? So I like this trend going around. This was started by Texas Life on Twitter. Do you have what Mizzou's is?
Yeah, you would.
For basketball, because one Mr. Tommy Haley put it in the group chat. Not for who Mizzou played, because Mizzou's was normal. No, he put it in there for other schools like Tennessee, who played Mexico, or Kentucky, who played Egypt, or Arkansas, who took on the gay oil company.
Or people playing Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Or like Oklahoma State stomping Ecuador, but that's Big 12.
Yeah. Or Baylor losing to Dr. Pepper, or BYU losing to Piggly Wiggly. They lost to Piggly Wiggly!
Cincinnati losing to Goodyear Tire.
Yeah.
West Virginia 53-5 lost to Smith Skating Rink.
Yeah, damn, they lost to a skating rink. K-State lost to Dentists.
Yes.
KU lost to Hilliard Chemical Company.
Arizona State losing to Jerome High School.
Yeah, it's a high school.
Hey, I'm just saying TCU did win versus the Sunday School All-Stars.
Well, I'm so glad that they beat what I can only assume were teenagers. Anyway.
But Mizzou playing the 61st Troop Carrier in 1943 in basketball.
They took on military. They took on the military and won.
Let's go.
But do you have their football one, or do you say it?
I don't remember if I have the football one or not.
Okay. I think it was in mine and Tommy's group chat. So give me uno momento, por favor, as me and him went on a SpongeBob rant the other day. So I gotta scroll through all that, and also Tommy's saying that the Chiefs are only winning because Taylor Swift is Satan.
Probably. Hey, Oregon beat the Harlem Globetrotters. That's crazy.
Dang. Mizzou's most obscure football opponent, by the way. They played their engineering students.
That's right. I remember that.
Yes. So it's the most obscure one for Mizzou.
Also, Brewers just took the lead over the Mets, bottom of the 7th, 1-0.
Let's go. Anyway, my father's now back, so we'll bring him over here now.
Oh, you asked me for mailbag.
Well, hang on, before we get to the mailbag. We asked this question a while ago. Come on in, Father. Okay. I'm being attacked by both dogs. Oh, good Lord.
They like you.
Something. He's hiding from her. Get her out. 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 Because he's trying to... I know. Well, she won't bark. She's got the color. Anyway.
Well, Brewers just scored again.
A while ago. Mizzou has played several teams that they've only played once before in football. Murray State, Buffalo, and Boston College were those teams this year. I put out there, had a list, we read it off on air, all the one-time opponents Mizzou has played, who you would like to see Mizzou play again. My answer was Louisville. I would love to see Mizzou play Louisville again. Your answer was? Your answer was Virginia.
Okay, yeah, Virginia.
So now we'll pose it to my father, as I will pull up the list here on my phone.
Is Hawaii on that list?
Yes.
I would say University of Hawaii.
They tied.
Wow, exciting.
Yeah, they tied, actually. So.
From the Midwest to the Mid-Pacific.
But speaking of who the teams we've only played once, from the mailbag, Noah had said that he'd like them to play Pitt again.
That's another good one. They have only played Pitt once. Wake Forest is a one-time only opponent that Mizzou has played. That's another good one that it could be. But I'm standing firm in my Louisville answer because I think that legitimately could be the best game out of all the one-time opponents. I mean, Temple, they could avenge that one loss to Temple that they have, but, But, yeah. Anyway, continue on with the mailbag, good sir.
Then you had commented on my Indiana vlog, in which you quoted me where I said, I was about to take a nap, and then you said, I feel that, man.
I about did that at the K-State game at one point. By the way, in case you've missed it, I've done vlogs for K-State and Nebraska. And I can now announce here that me and Tommy are not done yet. We're doing one more game. Me and Tommy will be this weekend in Fayetteville for Tennessee versus Arkansas. So make sure to catch that vlog. It's going to be crazy. Because,
and then
that's a top 14 playing against Arkansas.
Then I had somebody comment on the Indiana game vlog as well. Just 3 fire emojis, and that was it. So, I'll take it.
They want to fire the... whoever came up with their stadium, because their stadium looks terrible.
But, yeah, my Iowa-Minnesota vlog is up, by the way. As of 6 days ago.
I have now handed my father the list, so he can look at it. Anyone on there stands out specifically to you?
But, yeah, that's what we have for the mailbag.
I will get to my mailbag here in a second.
I think they should play Stanford.
Stanford. All right, there you go.
Or South Dakota State.
That's another one that would be pretty good. Yes. So, Murray State College? Yeah, they don't have a football team anymore. Mizzou played them in 2006. Mizzou played them back in 2006.
Just show up and beat up people.
Ooh, I think you go to jail for that now. Anyway, it is now time to know your enemy. Powered by BeatCardEntertainment.com. The Texas A&M Aggies from College Station, Texas, which is an 11.5-hour drive from Columbia on I-44 and US 69. However, the larger alumni base in the Dallas-Fort Worth area should make it a little bit more of a roar there in Kyle Allen.
Brock.
As the true sons and daughters of the great state of Missouri help year play in the Southeastern Conference as they made the jump with the Tigers back in 2012 from the Big 12. Back to the first-year head coaches as Mike Elko is in his first year leading the Aggies. Elko was previously the head coach at Duke for the last 2 years. He's 20-10 overall as a coach and has also earned ACC Coach of the Year honors back in 2022. The Aggies are coming off a 7-6 campaign, during which they lost to former Big 12 foe Oklahoma State in the Texas Bowl. This is the first one this year that Mizzou trails the all-time series, and it hasn't just been a game. As Mizzou trails the all-time series 9-7. Drinkwitz has only faced the Aggies once back in 2021. The Tigers fell 35-14 in Columbia. A&M runs a pro-style offense, same as Boston College. As Boston College ran against the Tigers, A&M runs the ball at a 2-to-1 ratio, 123 passing attempts to 212 rushing attempts. They average 29 points a game, 23.25 points per game when factoring in FBS competition, as that number is heavily bolstered by their win over McNeese State. Junior Le'Veon Moss leads the team in rushing yards with 471 on 76 carries this year and 3 touchdowns. Marcel Reed is the second leading rusher on the team, and more on him later, as Reed will be under center for A&M. He is 43-79 with 585 yards passing and 6 touchdowns. Yet another dual-threat quarterback for the Tigers to face this week. As mentioned, he is the second leading rusher on the team. The Aggies are led by junior wide receiver Cyrus Allen with 11 catches for 207 yards and a touchdown. 2 other Aggies have 2 touchdowns on the year. However, the major downside for the A&M offense is that the fact that they are only converting on 38% on third down this year. The average median in the FBS this year is 40%. That is down from last year. As the Tigers are one of 16 teams that are over 50% conversion rate on third down. We've returned to actually normal defenses this week, as A&M runs a multiple defense with no real emphasis on a certain scheme, which will make it more hard for the Tigers to be prepared for whatever A&M is going to run on defense. Taryn York leads the Aggies with 27 tackles. Will Lee has 20. Will Lee is a cornerback, by the way. That should tell you all you need to know about the Aggies defense. Nick Skirton has 3 sacks on the year, so we've prepared for him to wreak havoc up front. Marcus Ratcliffe has 3 interceptions on the year. Be prepared to hear his name all game long for the Aggies, as it's like their only good player. For Mizzou to get the win, they're going to need to force the Aggies to third down on offense. They just need to run the ball. Obviously, with what Noel did last week, it's pretty obvious that running the ball is the strength of this team, more so with how good the secondary for Texas A&M is. So Brady's going to need to look good in the pocket, not be afraid to throw the checkdowns, because in all honesty, there's not going to be any home run balls. But the checkdowns and the quick hitters might be the ones that are boom or bust for the Tigers. Ladies and gentlemen, the Texas A&M Aggies. Mr. Ben.
Yes,
It is prediction time.
indeed.
What will the score of this game be? And who gets the win?
Let me see.
If I'm not mistaken, Mizzou are currently giving points in this game.
See, Texas A&M versus Missouri Tigers, Winspedia.
Like I stated, Mizzou lost the last meeting, so.
Yes. Last time we played was in 2021.
I've stated this. Yep.
Hey, the first time they played was 1957 in Columbia, where Texas A&M's coach was Paul Bear Bryant, and yeah, that one. And Mizzou's coach was Frank Broyles.
Mizzou are currently 2-point underdogs against Texas A&M. The matchup predictor has Mizzou as a 51.5 point, or gives Mizzou a 51.5 chance to win this game. Ben? Do the Tigers pull off the win against the 12th man and the Colt, as Tommy likes to call them?
Yes.
Okay, and the score. I can't tell if you're studying something.
Yeah, I'm looking at something.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. We lost to them in College Station 73-0 in 93.
Yeah, that was not a good Mizzou team. We don't talk about that Mizzou team.
Let's see. I'll do 34-27. Good guys.
7-point win for the Tigers?
Yes.
Give me 1 second here. If you would explain why you think that's why the Tigers are going to win.
Well, I don't know if you had seen it, but if for those of you out there who didn't know, this weekend is Texas A&M's fall break. And from what I had seen, they're kind of struggling to sell the student section tickets. So
for $46 right now.
Yeah, College Station might be more gold than whatever that maroon color is.
Maroon?
Yeah. It might be more gold than a lot of people are thinking.
I mean, I'm just saying that because of how close Dallas-Fort Worth is. It's only a 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
And as we know, we've covered
Major. Yeah.
the third highest Mizzou, or base for Mizzou alumni is where?
Dallas-Fort Worth.
Another little unknown fact. Do you know what other cities in the top 10 for Mizzou alumni?
College Station.
Houston.
Oh.
Which is also not far.
Interesting.
So, don't be surprised if you're like, oh, there's probably going to be more gold than you think, dude. We joked about the Arkansas game last year.
Yeah.
That it was going to be a takeover, and there was a lot of black and gold in the crowd. I will say that. That was a lot of black and gold in that crowd.
Yeah.
A&M doesn't know how much black and gold is going to be in that crowd right now, man. There are several things working against A&M for this. Number one, yes, it's their fall break, like you said. Number two, the alumni bases that are right there in the state of Texas. Plus, again, Mizzou is number 9, so we're going to be a little bit more willing to travel a bit.
Yeah.
However, I stated at the beginning of the year that Mizzou was going to have 3 losses on the year. This is loss number 1. Notre Dame barely escaped from College Station. Am I saying that Notre Dame is better than Mizzou? No. God, no. Any given day, neutral field, at Notre Dame, wherever, Mizzou would win. First road game of the year. Granted, coming off the bye, but I'm going to be honest. The Vanderbilt one, after Vanderbilt, that really has shot my confidence. But I already said that they were going to have 3 losses this year. I think this is going to be loss number 1, and I don't think it's going to be close. I think Mizzou loses by 3 possessions. I'm going to be honest.
Ooh.
I think this is the wake up, what the hell are y'all doing game for Mizzou. Just in time for them to go up to UMass, and then they'll get their confidence back and beat the hell out of the Minutemen by 60 points. And then we'll come back home for homecoming.
Massachusetts.
Come back home against Auburn for homecoming, beat the hell out of them, and then we'll have 1 loss heading down to Tuscaloosa for what should be College game day that day.
Yeah.
But plus, as we get more to that one, Bama has a big game before they play Mizzou the week before. So,
yes.
Anyway, I think the Tigers. God, I can't even say. I'm not going to go 3 scores. The more I think about it now, because the run offense for Mizzou is stellar. And the defense is really good for Mizzou, too. They just give up a lot of big plays. So, I will go... Fuck it. I talked myself into the Tigers winning. Mizzou wins... They're averaging about 32 a game against competition. About 28.5 against FB or D1 FBS Power 4 teams. I'll say 28-14. 28-24. 28-24. Tigers get the win. I talked myself into Mizzou winning. Go figure. That just means they're going to lose at UMass next week. No, they're not going to lose at UMass next week. But that now means that there's certain other ones that I'm a little bit more nervous about because I've said that. Anyway, Ben, where can you be found on Twitter?
I can be found at EliteTigerSports. The E, the T, and the S are capitalized.
I can be found on Twitter at BrockGorton99. The B and the G are capitalized. Oh, excuse me. What do you have coming out this week, Ben?
I don't have anything besides this podcast.
Wow. Look at you.
There could potentially be... It's not locked in at the moment, but there could potentially be Truman State something next weekend that gets recorded.
Would that be
S&T at Truman,
Yeah.
potentially.
I think you've done that one before.
Yes.
So
It's just it's tough because that weekend, leading into that weekend, is Truman's fall break, and my sister's not sure. With her being in band, she's not sure if she's going to go back for the game or not. So, yeah.
So may I suggest one then
Sure.
for next week? Because it's one that I looked at a little bit. If it's still right. Hang on, let me check to make sure that it's still correct.
Oh, we didn't talk about it, but Tyler Beatty started a game as the running back for the Broncos.
He did.
And then he also is on the IR now because he
I
got
was about to say,
something
there may have been a
happened.
reason why we didn't talk about it, though.
Yeah.
So
But
next week,
good for him for playing a game.
hell yeah, proud of him. Next week, I'm pulling it up slowly. Southeast Missouri State is at home against Tennessee Tech next week. So that's a possibility
Sickos.
for you. Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to go. But for you, you know. Or you could drive up to Bozeman and go watch Idaho versus Montana State.
That'd be crazy.
Tickets are going for $200 for that game.
Yeesh.
But I'm sure you'll find something. I don't know, maybe like I don't know what's like Northwest and all them doing that week. Hang on.
No idea.
I'm pulling it up, so give me a second.
Hey, the AL Central has 3 teams in the division series.
Exactly.
Yeah, AL Central gets revenge as Overlooked Division gets 3 teams into ALDS. Ooh, Falcons and Buccaneers tied 17 apiece, 6 minutes before half.
Big game in Warrensburg that week. Mo Western versus Central Missouri.
Mm.
What else? So that's a big game. Good God. There's one in particular I have not seen yet, and it's making me a little bit nervous. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, they have it off. Ooh. Northwest has it off. Wow. Go for them. I don't know, unless you want to go down to Joplin to watch Emporia State murder Missouri Southern.
Huh.
There are options around the area for football. I don't know, is there anyone in D3 that's from Missouri? Anyway, close this out as I keep looking here, Ben.
Yeah. Well, slowly, surely, as we, I don't know, make our way through the season or something.
Washington has a game that day, as in St. Louis, Washington and St. Louis. There you go. You can go watch them. Keep going.
Go Tigers.
I don't think Washington
Beat the 12th man. I don't know what else to talk about.
Okay, here's the question that we're gonna have for everyone this week. What men's sport would you cut for Mizzou to have a hockey team?
I mean, I guess golf, but
would you add more women's sports? Because
just add a women's hockey team too.
I don't know if there's a desire for that one, bud.
Women's rugby already has a team.
I don't know.
It's club though.
Yeah, I was about to say. I don't know if you can do women's wrestling.
They could.
It's getting pretty big in the state of Missouri.
Okay, so the question would be, which men's team would you remove or which women's team would you add?
There you go.
So that Mizzou Hockey could become not club, an actual, like, professional.
Also, convert the Hearn Center to have hockey.
That'd be cool.
But as slowly or surely as we lose our minds talking about sports, and this has gone on forever, I've been Bob Gordon.
And I've been Benjamin Duncan.
Have a wonderful rest of your week, folks. And as always,
M-I-C! Z-O-U!
Go Tigers.